Okay, it's been one of those days. Started out really well, had a great morning and early afternoon with my visiting angels client. And from there, I went to the dentist because I broke a tooth last night. And did you know they can now make crowns in the dentist office? I did not know that. So, um, 3 hours later, and lots of money later, I have a new crown on my tooth. So kind of sore, still a little feeling the Novocaine, but it's wearing off. So it's getting kind of sore. So we're just going to jump right in and get through this. Joni, thank you for placing your order online today. If you don't already know, Stampin' Up! Has added new items to its clearance rack. You can find that on my website, which is right here, maryknabe.stampinup.net. And in the left-hand side, in the left column, click on clearance rack. I just checked 5 minutes ago. There are loads of great products there. Designer series paper for as low as $5.20. Punches, lots of dies. Yes, half the price, if not more. And so yes, get your, there's embellishments. Oh gosh, try and think what else. Big shot dies, I think I said. There might be some ribbons, but there still was a good amount of paper left, designer series paper, including Halloween and Christmas. So please check it out. Please check it out. And this year, I started something new. If you place an online order using my host code, which that can always be found in my emails at the very top or at the very bottom. It can be found on my blog on the right-hand side, or it can be found on my website on the homepage. Okay, so take a look at the clearance rack, place your orders. While you're there, be sure to hit up the last chance list and see if there's anything you are wanting or needing before it's retired or gone. Okay. I want to give a shout out to Christine Bell, who is watching. She had done a beginner's class with me back in February with one other new stamper and my friend Tammy Allen. And at this month's class in Liberty Township, she brought 5 new people with her. And I have to tell you, I don't think any of them stamped before, if I remember correctly. But I have to tell you, these ladies did a fabulous job. So I just wanted to show you what they made, okay? And some of them were very nervous, but I have great confidence in my customers and my ability to teach stamping, okay? So this was the first one they did, easy peasy. They had to stamp a sentiment and punch it out. Showed them some designer series paper. I don't think I had them put on the embellishments. This was the second one, and we are using this stamp set tonight, okay? But what I love about abstract impressions is it can be abstract. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to line everything up right for it to, there isn't a right really, because it is abstract. So they saw this and kind of groaned, oh, there's a lot of stamping. Yes, a lot of stamping steps, but it's a great one because you don't have to perfectly match things up, okay? And then this was the third one, okay? And yes, these ladies, it was challenging for them, but I think they all left with great looking cards. And that is the, what's it called? Drawing a blank. Jar, I want to say jar of life. That doesn't even make sense. But anyways, this one is retiring. Abstract Impressions is staying around, but this one with the jars is retiring. So if you like that, please order it soon before it's gone. It does have a matching Big Shot dies framelits to go with it. Okay, so a lot of fun, and these great ladies were a lot of fun, really nice, willing and eager to learn, and they did a great job. So thank you, Chrissy, for bringing them, and hopefully I'll see them again at future classes. Okay, tonight, before I even get to the double easel card, I'm going to show you something different. Okay, I was going to surprise you with this. Well, I guess I am surprising you with this extra um, bit of crafting, and then I debated, since my mouth isn't feeling so good from my dental work today, but I decided it's all ready, I'm going for it. So we are going to make, oh, I should tell you that Abstract Impressions does have coordinating thinlits. Okay, we're using this today, all these florals, and we are using the butterfly as well. Okay, so a nice set. Okay, so we're going to be making this card, and I love that saying, kindness changes everything. Just a neat way to say thank you. And here's the second one we're going to be doing. Okay, and this is easy peasy because you're almost making the two of these at the same time. Okay, I went ahead and already pre-cut this floral design from the thinlet. Okay, so I already did that on my Big Shot. It's ready to go. And I'm going to place that on this piece of cardstock. I have cardstock that measures 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and it's scored at the 5.5 mark on the long side. Okay, and this is almost as tall and wide as a card front. So I'm putting this on here like this. I'm just going to hold it with my fingers. I suppose you could put a little adhesive underneath, but I don't think it's necessary. And I'm just going to start doing some sponging with my daubers. So the first color I'm using is Call Me Clover. And I'm just looking for some leaves and green areas. Okay. I want to hold this in place, sort of like a reverse stencil, I guess you'd say. And you know, with stencils, you try to keep everything in place, not moving. I do suggest, and you probably can't, well, maybe you can see it just on the edge. I have all of my ink pads open and the daubers ready. Okay, that will help you in terms of being able to hold this die cut in place. Okay, I think that's pretty much, oops, here's a couple. Now this is definitely something stampers of all experience levels or no experience could do. Okay, very easy. Okay, I'm using pineapple punch here on these, what I think are roses. And you can always go darker or lighter with your colors. The more ink you add, the more, whoops, the more vibrant the colors. You can see I just moved that right there, but it's easy to get it back in place. Okay. And I've got another rose over here. I hope you're seeing this okay. I think you are. Okay. And it doesn't matter if colors blend or, you know, it's, again, it's abstract. Okay. I'm going to use some Mango Melody right now, right here in the center. I'm going to again, you can have them darker or lighter, more subtle or more vibrant. I'm going to add a little bit of this Mango Melody just very lightly to the center of these yellow roses. I always think of my parents with yellow roses. I always remember my mom. Well, Dad's been gone 29 years, but so I kind of remember before he died that he would give Mom yellow roses, but I certainly remember how often she would talk about how Dad gave her yellow roses. Okay, so now I'm going to use Melon Mambo and finish out the rest of the flowers. And you can do this with any colors. Joyce Lutterby, I'm sure you would do this with Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. The yellow would be pretty with that. And of course, we have lots of gorgeous greens to use. Okay, and I think I got it all. And now I'm just going to lift this up. Okay, and this is the beginning of one card. Okay, I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to change up the color this time though. And actually, I'm going to do the reverse too. On the first two, I had thank you on the, excuse my head while I try to stamp this straight. Okay. I had thank you on the inside in the other one, so I'm just going to change it up a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to flip to the inside, double check, make sure you have the front there and that this is truly the inside. Again, if you're seeing the top of my head, excuse that. And I say that because it's always easier to look directly over the area that you're stamping rather than come in and look at an angle. Okay, you're going to get things lined up straight, just better images if you look right over the area that you're stamping. Okay, so there's one. Okay, now I have some dimension, or not dimensionals, because it's just very plain. Okay, stamps, ink, and paper. I'm going to add some of these rhinestones to it. Just a few. I think I'm going to go with the small ones. I don't really like the placement of those, but I didn't think that through. And they always say when you're adding things like that, work in odd numbers. So, and actually, I think I'm going to add a few right here, kind of balance it out. And again, these are optional. You might add pearls. You might not put any embellishments on, like I did for this. You could add a ribbon, tie a bow at the top. Okay, certainly easy, wasn't it? Okay. Now we're going to finish off the second card using this piece. Okay. Oops, I forgot one thing. That's all right. Okay. So I have another card base that measures 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and it's scored at 5.5. And to adhere this, I'm going to use our Stampin' Up! Fine Tip Glue pen. Okay. Any kind of liquid glue, just use it. Let me get it started before I'm actually doing it on my paper. Any kind of liquid glue would be great. You can put, and you don't have to put the glue everywhere, but just some main areas throughout. You could also use glue dots. There's some spaces that I think are large enough to accommodate glue dots. Does anybody have this set? Abstract Impressions. Or have any of you done this technique where you use your die cut as a stencil. I guess like a reverse stencil, I'd say. Not quite the same as stenciling, but same idea. And that our sponge daubers work perfect for that. I need to find my label maker. That is one thing I have not found since I moved to Columbus. But I need to do that because I want to put the name of each color on the dauber. And then I can keep them in a case and I never have to wash them, but I will not be mixing colors. Okay. I'm going to carefully lift this up, and I'm going to place it on the corner of my card front. Okay. I like to press it down. Oh yes, good idea, Nancy. You can use the adhesive sheets. And you know, I'm not sure, I'm thinking adhesive sheets might be retiring. If you love them like I do, please buy them. Don't come to me in July and say, oh no, Mary, I didn't know, because I can't help you then, okay? All right, again, if you weren't here with me from the beginning, go ahead and check out the new items on the clearance rack. Lots of things were added today. Designer series papers, embellishments, what else? Punches, really, really fabulous products, and the deals are awesome. Okay. I'm going to dress the inside of this card up a little bit by adding some layers. Okay. My Melon Mambo is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And then this is white is 5 inches by 3 3/4. Okay. And I'm just going to add that to the inside. Okay. See how easy that was in just minutes? I should have timed it. I want to say it took less than 15 minutes for us to make both of those. Now, granted, I did cut out, have the die cut done before, but still, 2 cards, 15, 20 minutes, pretty awesome. Okay. And I like too that we didn't have any waste. I could have done this on scrapbook paper, do the sponging, but why not just use it to my advantage and make a second card? Okay. Anybody interested in receiving one of these cards? Don't forget, if you're watching, you need to comment and I will enter you into a random drawing to receive one of the samples I make. Okay. All right. Next is, let me set this aside. Next is, and I don't know how to show this real well, the double easel card. Okay. And we call it the double easel card, as you can see, because it stands up and we've got basically 2 easel fronts. Okay. So cute. Can you all see that? There's this delay, so I'm trying to watch and make sure you're getting a good picture of this. Okay. Now, you might think, you know, Mary, where do we write? I could have put this in white and you can write there. Joyce, I'm glad you like the technique. Okay. And then I still have white on the card base. Oh, Mary Lou, good idea. Turn it on its side. Okay. So here it is, seeing it from the top. Okay. And then here it is from the side. So you've got 2 easels. Okay, makes sense? Okay, now let me show you how to make it. Okay, and I need my little cheat sheet so I can tell you the correct measurements. Okay, I'm going to set this here for now. By the way, did you notice the butterfly I cut from that same thinlet set? Okay, I'm gonna set that there. All right, so I'm going to start with a standard card base. So I'm using Night of Navy. It measures 4¼ inches by 11 inches. And I scored it at 5½. So it is standard card base size. Okay. And again, with that size, you still get two, what am I looking for? Two card bases from an 8½ by 11 sheet of cardstock. And I'm going to put this on the inside. Okay. Okay, next, I have a piece of Pacific Point. This has never really been one of my favorite colors, but it really works with this card. Still don't love it, but it works. Okay. This measures, and this is going to be that front easel piece. This measures 4 inches by 10¼ and then I turned it to its long side and I scored it 2½ and 5 inches. Okay, so now I'm going to bend this forward, and you can see, and this one side is a little bit shorter, and that's okay, it's supposed to be. And then this would bend this way. Okay, but I want to put this onto here. Do you see how this goes together? Okay, so I'm going to fold it in, and I'm going to put some adhesive on the side where I do not see any score lines. Okay, and then I'm going to center it on my Night of Navy card base. Okay, and then I can open it up like this. So this is what I have now. Okay, so I finished the actual shape. Okay, now I have a piece of, well, we're going to have 3 pieces of designer series paper. Okay, this one measures 3¾ by 5 inches. This measures 3¾ by 2¼ and you're going to want another piece. Now I chose not, because it was directional, if I put one here, then this piece is upside down. Okay, so I flipped it over, but you actually have 3 pieces of designer series paper. They all are 3¾ inches wide. The biggest one is 5 inches high, and the other 2 are 2¼ inches high. Okay, and now I'm just going to adhere all of these to, whoops, the easel. Sure, I just got ink on my fingers. We were supposed to have storms in Columbus much of the day today. We got none, so it's gorgeous outside. Planted some more pansies yesterday, but with being at the dentist all afternoon, I didn't get done my Stampin' Up! Work and the rest of my planting that I wanted to do, but that's okay. Tomorrow's a new day. Okay. This designer series paper coordinates with, and let me think, let me see what it's called, Garden Impressions. Okay, and it's a 6 inch by 6 inch package, designer series papers. And in a moment, I'll show you some of the other prints in there, but it all coordinates beautifully with the Abstract Impressions stamp set, and then the Springtime Impressions thinlits. And again, the paper is called Garden Impressions. Okay, the stamp set and the framelits are not being retired, but the paper is. Okay, so just so you know that, you get 48 6 inch by 6 inch pieces of designer series paper and lots of great colors and floral patterns. Okay, now I want to do a little stamping here. I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday. And then I'm also going to stamp a coordinating sentiment on the inside of the card. This one says, wishing you happiness on your special day. And these two stamps come from the Better Together stamp set. And I have to say, I'm sad because it is retiring, although I know there are lots of good things to come. But it is truly one of my very favorite sets for several reasons. First of all, it's very affordable. You get all these, you get 2 cases of stamps for $37. And then what I love is it has coordinating sentiments, and then it's got some images that also can coordinate with the sentiments. So happy birthday, wishing you happiness on your special joy. Congratulations on your new arrival. May life be filled with fond memories. Okay, with sympathy, may your sorrow be eased by wonderful memories. I love that. Merry Christmas. One of the best parts of season is keeping in touch with you. And then I've used this wedding one a lot, as well as hello and just a note. Okay, favorite stamp set. I hate to see it go, but that's life, and I know there are good things to come. Okay, now I'm going to cut out my happy birthday sentiment with a 2 1/4 inch circle punch. And before we started, I cut out a piece of designer series paper, or I should say punched, with the 2 1/2 inch punch. Now that one is retired already, but you can also find that size in the layering circle framelits. That would be a good one to use too, because you can do plain circles as well as scallop circles. Okay, now I'm going to add this to the front of my easel with, you guessed it, dimensionals. You know Stampin' Up! Has the best dimensionals. And I never have enough of them. Yeah, Georgie, and I believe it is. Better Together is retiring. I'm glad you love it as much as I do. Okay. Alrighty, so now I just need a little embellishing. Okay, I did cut out this butterfly previously, and I'm going to put that on with a couple of mini dimensionals. A lot of times I cut my sheets in half because it just fits better in the container I have them in the corner here. So I'm just using a couple mini dimensionals. If you don't have the minis, just cut the regular size ones. Now, the only thing I want to say about this is you do want to be aware that you don't really want the butterfly. I love the look of the butterfly going beyond the card edges. However, you want it to be able to fit in the envelope, so be aware of that. Okay, but isn't that cute? Okay, now we just definitely need a little bling here. And you can send it with the butterfly on top, and then it opens up like that. Okay. What do you think? Do you like this fancy fold card? I call them fancy fold or creative creases. I'm going back to my rhinestones for a little bling. And let's see here. I'm using my Take Your Pick tool, which I love. Does anybody have one of these? I think for $10, this is a tool everybody should own. This is so easy. It has this putty end, and eventually, and it just keeps, you keep twisting. Eventually you'll use up the putty, but this is still my first one. It's getting close to the end, but I'm not there yet. But the wonderful thing is it comes with an extra putty refill. And then after you use that one that comes with the tool, or the 2 that come with the tool, I should say, then you can buy just the putty refills. The other end is the spatula and the piercing tool. Get this back in here. And then there's an end with that has a stylus on each. I will tell you that in the new annual catalog, we have another attachment to add, and that is, the Big Shot die brush with the sponge. We now will be selling it as an attachment to this tool. So I love it even more now, even though I don't have that yet. I love it even more. Okay, I am going to add a little bit of bling here to my happy birthday as well. Okay. All right, what do you think? Hearts. Oh, Inez, thank you. It's I took some Advil, so it's it definitely is feeling a little bit better. It's not throbbing, but yeah, dental work is never fun. Okay, so awesome, isn't that? Okay, would you like to be the recipient of this double easel card? If so, you need to enter your name into, or not enter your name, comment to be entered into the drawing for this card, as well as the other ones we made tonight. Okay. All right. Any questions? Okay. Any questions about this? Okay. Really simple technique. This would have been pretty using the butterfly Thinlet as well. Okay. And I have one more thing to show you. And again, if you order online, please use the host code. That helps me greatly. Here are just some little things that I put together, kind of showing to show off the Garden Impressions Designer Series papers. Okay. And this is not even all of the prints. Okay. There are even more than just 6-inch square Designer Series papers. The colors are fabulous and fun. The images are abstract and fun, and I think you'll really like it. Okay, so, but I could put some photos here. You also know probably that I like quotes. Type out a quote, print it off, and punch it, or cut it out with the Big Shot framelets. Okay, so I wanted to show you that, just a fun thing to do. Okay, and if you're going, I know somebody will ask, and I don't see my little tool here, but let me see. I think the squares are 4x4, the small squares. Yes, the small squares are 4x4 inches, and then the next layer is 8 1/4, and then the largest square is 8 1/2. Okay. Mary Lou, I'm here. Maybe your internet had a little glitch or something, but I'm still here. Okay. All right, ladies. I hope you enjoyed the projects tonight. Please, if you would, when you try the technique with the die cut, or if you make a double easel card, please send me a picture. I would love to see them, and perhaps I'll showcase your project on my Facebook page, or my VIP page, my VIP group, or even on my blog. Okay. Don't forget to check out the clearance rack as well as the last chance list. All of these products will be available while supplies last only. Okay. All right, Georgine, thank you. I love that you were able to watch. Good night, everybody.